Hello, MangaMatt here, and I got a new unboxing for you. Uh, you know, people on the internet do these things all the time, so I figure I'm not out anything for doing it too. So here we go. We got it right here. It's a pretty hefty one. I'm gonna be honest. I have no clue what's in this. It's one of the Kickstarter ones, but I've actually uh, last year put in for a whole lot of them, and it could be any one of those. So get the trusty knife here, and let's uh, let's let's find out together, shall we? What we got in here? All right, gotta be careful. Don't go cutting any holes in here. All right, just put that away. Good. All right, we got. Let's see. And here we go. We've got the it's all the Osamu Tezuka stuff. Wow, this is incredible. So all right. First up, we have the I know I previously had the Uniko manga, and just hold on a sec. Through the miracle of editing, I'm back, and for comparisons here, I have the first edition, the paperback Unico that they had, and this is the new hardcover version that I found that they actually had when it came out. And actually, the hardcover one is actually smaller. Trying to see exactly what they did different. If they left something out or something. It doesn't look like there's actually anything different with the pages. Yeah, there's 365, and yeah, 365 is same dealio in both. I guess the only difference I can see is that well, first of all, dimensions wise, pages are the same. The only thing I can say is probably the difference between the two is, well, one's obviously hardcover and the other one's soft, but also the page quality is, a high gloss rather than, the rather than just the pulp paper that they had this originally on. Let me see if I can get a page here for. Straight comparison. But yeah, the reason why I ordered this one is because I was impressed when they were showing early promos that they were going to be re-releasing Unico as a hardcover with supposedly better quality coloring, and you can see right here with some delicate handling on my part, that the that there is a bit of a difference in coloring, just because of the fact that it's on there's your paper, and then we have here your high gloss print. It's slightly better. You can sort of tell that the colors really pop a lot better on these ones than in the colored version. It's it's actually I do like it for being slightly better. However, if if you already have it, and there's no significant reason to get the hardcover version. I just wanted the hardcover version because I really wanted like a really good solid version to have around. This one, I can definitely maybe repackage it for like some kids. I got some young nephews and nieces that I think they really love, and that's really the number one thing that I loved about Unico was not only just being a big Tezuka fan, but also being a big fan of manga for kids. And this, I would swear, would be a perfect thing to get like, a little kid to read as like for like story time or something really fun, cute little stories about a unicorn going on magical adventures about friendship. And it's really fun and imaginative. And he goes to like Sheriff Forest, and deals with a sphinx. There's stories with a princess and a little cat. Lots of stuff like that. And just the hardcover, it's a little more, I guess, durable in some ways. And I definitely like you can definitely tell the colors really pop a lot more in the gloss version, and also it feels just a little bit sturdier. And also on top of that, it being right to left, I mean left to right, which is the way it was actually originally printed, because these stories premiered in Sanrio magazine, which Sanrio is the company that's most known for producing Hello Kitty, and they also produced this in their magazines, which is also why it was all in full color, because it was a full color magazine. So I'm really excited about this. I'm a little disappointed, though, I guess. It would have been nice if it was in bigger dimensions, like, a really big, wide sort of storybook edition version. If you're going to get either one of these, they're a treat. That's the first one there. Uh, let's see. Next up, Record of the Glass Castle, which again I have no clue what this is. Yeah, in the glass mansion, a family has been frozen in cryosleep for 20 years under the orders of their patriarch. When the oldest son awakes, he struggles to accept the reality that he slept away 20 years. He plans to exact revenge on those in his family that stole the life from him. The youngest brother attempts to stop the older one. He becomes aware of the dangerous side effect of cryosleep that led to its national ban 20 years ago, several years ago. And how will the older brother fall, and will the younger be able to stop him? Yeah, the immortality at the cost of humanity. And it looks pretty neat. It definitely looks like a lot of the way it's drawn, with a lot of neat and bizarre looking detail. Like, I guess this guy's putting the one girl into cryosleep here, maybe. Definitely harkens to a lot of that older generation Tezuka that I know he did way back when. And those were always the more interesting ones. These are all the ones that he did that were from his experimental years, I believe, except for the Uniko one. That was actually a part of a different Kickstarter. Here's Melody of Iron and Other Stories. This is roughly the same length as the Record of Glass Castle. Yeah, it's again, looks like another one of the older edition versions of Tezuka. Yeah. When Dan's sister marries into the mob, he is also thrown into the dark underworld of organized crime, breaking the family's code of silence. Dan is brutally tortured, arms severed, and left for dead as punishment. He manages to survive with the help of an eccentric doctor. He makes his journey to recovery, but there is a catch. He must tap into his psychic powers to move his new limbs, metal prosthetic limbs. Though through the use of mind over matter, he trains to make use of his new arms and vows revenge for those who did him wrong. So, actually feels kind of similar to, I guess, Alabaster, like, a guy who's wronged by certain people, and then he's horribly disfigured, and then he has to use the disfiguration to enact revenge, that sort of thing. It's a pretty, interesting kind of idea, especially with the whole metal arms thing going on. Let's see. What are the? Let's see if we can find out what the other stories in here are. Yeah, we have Melody of Iron. Also, The White Shadow, Revolution, and then Postscript, which I guess is just there. So yeah, it's Melody of Iron, The White Shadow, and Revolution. I don't know what those other ones are. I don't even know what this one is. So for those of you that I guess were wondering what stories were there, that's that. Then next up we have Under the Air. Under the Air. An injured white supremacist struggles with the fact that he was brought back to life by a black organ donor. A young man in the Wild West seeks revenge for his father's murder. This is an anthology storyline. This isn't all one story. I'm just figuring that out. Yeah. So, yeah. A young man in the Wild West seeks revenge for his father's murder. An escaped convict holds a family hostage in a cave that causes hallucinations. The only two survivors of a nuclear apocalypse dare to explore the outside world. Uh, Tezuka's characters are put to the test when the balance of their minds are disrupted. Yeah, these are all various short stories by Osamu Tezuka. Let's see, yeah. Joe's Visitor, The Cliff of Death, The Duel at Grand Mesa, Cape Uroko, The Voice of Light, The Hole, Chameleon, The Cat's Blood, Valley of Bliss, Illicit Love, Catastrophe in the Dark, Telephone, Rovana, Lovers Under the Air, and yeah, Afterwards. So all these stories roughly are about 20 pages, give or take a couple each. So these are all very short stories. And then let's see. Also some kind of fancy little thing. We'll save that. I thought that was some other weird packaging. And then this is The Crater. Now, some of you Tezuka fans out there, like me, heard that there was a different guy that was trying to kickstart fund the project for this. He was with Kansai Publishing, and he was supposedly going to create this big, illustrious hardbound version of The Crater, this very same collection here, and he got the money, he got it funded, and then Splitsville, nada, zilcho, heard nothing back from him. He took the money and ran, basically. And if you were like me, you were pissed that happened. And of course now, DMP, Digital Manga Publishing has nothing to do with that man or anything, and they offered no kind of recompense or reparations for those that got screwed over. But I guess in some ways they were a little I'm catching some of the screen glare there. This thing is so black. I guess he was just they were just so. I guess they were inspired. Either they were upset for the people that were screwed out of another great Tezuka collection, or that they realized that there was a demand for this certain collection of works, and went ahead and got this together. And then they added those other ones, Uniko excluded, as Kickstarter stretch goals, which they met every single one, which was incredible. It was fantastic. Actually, they weren't stretch goals. Those were actually add-ons. Those were already going to be guaranteed. You wanted them, you could put in for it and get them. It was good. But in any case, this is Crater. This is the big mama of the group here. And this is also a collection anthology. Life and Death, Twists and Turns. Tezuka combines classic heart with the depth of mystery of the Twilight Zone in this beautiful, startling collection. A series of horror-inspired, self-containing short stories that show the depravity of mankind in a way only the god of manga can. Tales range from the world of nymphs and interdimensional adventures to deadly spiders on planes and depictions of apocalyptic futures. While some are loosely connected, each story is its own laid experience. Tezuka will chill readers with dark visages of the world, counterpointed with his amazing art style that has influenced fans for decades. So this is actually going to be a little more terrifying and horror related than Tezuka's previously done. I mean, I would say like Ode to Kirihito and Mu were somewhat horror-ish, but there was still a lot of mostly like suspense thriller, I guess. Something like this that's like very much sort of horror related. It's gonna be pretty interesting to check out. Let's see what we got for individual stories here. There's a big old little preface here by Frederick L. Scode, which most people know was like a really close personal sort of friend to Tezuka, as far as he personally would translate just about everything he did and was very big on that. We have, let's see, The Bell Rings, The Man Who Melted, The Snowman, The Purple Bems, not beams. I don't know what a bem is. That's what it says. BEMS. Sacrifice, The Two-Headed Snake, Okuchin's Strange Experience, Good Fortune, Bag Containing the Future, two dramas, The Mask of Tomoe, The Three Invaders, The Octagonal House, Car Racer, The Riddle of Brunel, Sergeant Okuno, The Jumbo, The Man on the Crater, and then The Cruelty of the Cradle by Ada Palmer, as an afterword, which I don't know. I guess maybe that's a something that was like written. Let's see, born under something. I'm trying to figure out what this Ada Palmer is. I guess she just did another afterword. Just there's two afterwards, I guess. There's one afterward by the Tezuka Productions people. Oh, and here's a list of all the various years that these were put out. These are all 1969, 1970. With the Jumbo being 1974. So yeah, these were in the later years of his, and again, all these are gorgeous colors. I mean, gorgeous pages and stock. Really great looking stuff here. Definitely would recommend y'all check this out. And those of you that have been waiting on yours, well, I got mine, so I'm sure they've always done a great job of getting their stuff out to their peoples. So I don't doubt that you'll get it. Let's see what we got in this fancy little thingy badoodle here. I think this is maybe some kind of poster thing. Let's see. We got a. Oh right, I know what this is. These are actually dust jackets. They do this with a lot of the books here. You can actually they're basically do-it-yourself dust jackets for a lot of the stories. This one's for Crater. Crater gets a nice little red dust jacket for it. That gives it a little extra look there. These are sorry. Sorry, I'm having so much trouble with these. They're hard to. They're all wrapped up, so you're trying not to damage them. And then another one for Crater. Oh, okay. So I got a second one for Crater. Give me a second one for Crater, and then finally a third one for the Crater again. This one's just, I guess, it looks exactly like the cover it already has. So I guess basically for freebies, and I didn't pay any extra for these. I guess you get 3 dust jackets to put on your copy of the Crater. You can, if you decide you want to change it up a little, give it a more dark red sort of look hue there. You can give it the more dark red hue. If you want to give it a more brown hue, you can give it the more brown hue there. And again, the original cover has the brown with the red hue combined, and then the other one is again the identical to the regular cover version. So I guess whichever one tickles your fancy, you've got options. Options. Take your options. Anyway, that's yeah. There's nothing more in here. I've cleared the cleared the stock there. So anyway, that's all. That's all I got for these. They fantastic. There's more. There's more Tezuka I can sit back and read. I've been jonesing for some Tezuka, man. There ain't enough. There ain't enough for me. I'm always riding that high. I'm always looking for the next fix for my Tezuka love. I can't wait for Wonder 3 to finally come out when that finally comes out. That'll be in that nice big hardcover, I think. No, I don't think it's a hardcover. It'll be nice when it comes out. And whenever they finally get around to like more Tezuka stuff, I wish they would do like a big series. I wish they would, get Kimba the White Lion or what is that? The guy with the three eyes. That was like what 18 volumes or something. Some of the weird ones. I want some of the more weirder like kidsy Tezuka stuff. I mean, yeah, this stuff is great, and I know why this always sells because you're the people with disposable income are the older folks, and the older folks want the more adult material. I get that, but some of the younger stuff too would be nice, I guess. Maybe that's just me. Any case, that's my Tezuka unboxing video for y'all because it's easy to make, I guess, and people like it. And also, you can go onto their website and order some of these. I'm sure they'll have it. If it's not available now, it will be available very soon in digital and print versions for you to get. They've made all of their stuff that's ever come out in Kickstarter available for purchase eventually. Not right away necessarily, but eventually they do. So if you miss the boat here, you're not out. You're not missing anything forever. It'll come. So there you go. Have a great day, y'all.